hope you guys are okay and enjoying being back um, to work. Um, I know some people enjoy being back to work, and some people don't. And other than that, in the UK, the sun is shining and it's beautiful. It's a sunny day. So if it is your first time here at Ngosi Talk Shows, no earphones, at Ngosi Talk Shows, um, please do come again. At Ngosi Talk Shows, we help our audience find their own voice led from within. So the topic today is how to recognize, release, let go of time wasters in relationship. So today we're talking about relationship. So there comes a moment in life when you must ask yourself difficult but necessary questions. Is it relationship helping me to grow, or it keeps me emotionally trapped in the same place? Not everyone enters your life is meant to remain in your life forever. Some people come for a season, some people to teach you something, some people to walk beside you in your future, and some relationship reveals patterns that you must recognize, confront, and eventually release. A time waster is not simple someone who disappoints you, makes a mistake, or goes through difficult season. Healthy relationship requires patience, requires forgiveness, sacrifice, and grace. So on today's video, guys, we are going to talk about the differences between giving someone grace and repeatedly resurrendering your peace, dignity, purpose, and yes to a relationship that refuses to become held. So this one of the most precious gift God has given us. In Ephesians 5, verse 15 to 16, teaches us how to walk carefully, make wise use of our time. Your days matter. Your emotional energy matters. Your peace matters. Your future matters. Your calling matters. Uh, and because your life has a purpose, you cannot continually invest your heart into a situation where is full of manipulation, empty promises, disrespect, instability, and emotional exhausting. Sometimes love means staying working through difficult situations. Sometimes love means establish boundaries. And sometimes wisdom means accepting that you can't force another person to become who they continually refuse to become. So this video uh, is about learning. It can help you to learn how to recognize unhealthy relationship patterns, seek God for wisdom, release what you cannot control, forgive without remaining trapped, establish healthy boundaries, move forward without yourself, without losing yourself. So you can forgive someone without giving them unlimited access to your life. You can wish someone well without continuing a relationship that repeatedly destroys your peace. And you can close a chapter without believing that your story is over. So it's really, really important, guys, to know what you want in a relationship. Recognize your time is precious. That is number one. That you can find in Ephesians 5, verse 15 and 16. Paul teaches believers, he teaches believers to be careful and wisely making good use of their time. You cannot recover yesterday. Money can sometimes be replaced. Opportunities can sometimes return, but time continuously moves forward. Therefore, stop treating years of your life, and though they are unlimited, ask yourself, is this relationship worthy on the amount of time, emotional energy, prayer, though, and sacrifice I continue to invest in? Steward your time is not selfish, is wisdom. So when you actually, there are some people who enter a relationship. When they enter a relationship, they don't believe that they are good enough. They think that I'm not good enough. Therefore, they waste time with the people with time wasters. They know that this relationship is not good for them. They are not aligned with this person in a relationship. If you want to get married and you date a guy that is not interested in marriage, that is confused. You date a woman that she's not interested in marriage, she's confused. She's telling you that I'm not sure what I want. And you continue dating that person, hoping that tomorrow she's going to wake up and she's going to be thinking different. That tomorrow he's going to wake up and his mindset is going to be thinking different. But the truth is, people change, but you cannot make them change to be what you want them to be. When you enter a relationship, make sure that person wants the same thing that you want. If you are a woman who wants to have children, if you are a man who wants to have children, do not shrink your goals to fit in with somebody else. If a woman wants to have children, a man wants to have children, that means there's an alignment there. The list goes on. If you want to get married, and the person says, I'm not sure if I want to get married. I've been hurt before. Guys, yes, people change their mind, but they need to go to a counseling to change their mind, to deal their wounds. Because once you go for counseling, as a woman, as a man, you know your values. If you are a Christian, you know you cannot live with a man unmarried. You have to get married first. So you know that. So once you meet the guy and the man and the woman, and there's an alignment, or the guy says, I'm not sure if I need to get married, whether I meet the right person. Because when you meet someone, your goal is to get to know that person. And if there's an alignment, they like you, they want to marry you, or you both choose each other, you want to get married, you both agree that you want to get married. But if the person is not sure what they want, you shouldn't be dating them in the first place. There should be no conversation going further. If the person says, I don't know what I want. And don't even think that you will pray them into one knowing what they want. You cannot pray for someone you cannot pray for someone to change their mind. You can't do that. But any relationship that has a confusion, if that relationship is chosen by God, you have to let God decide. You can stay in that relationship. If you can hear the voice of God and you are 100%, that God has said, this is your wife, because God can say that this is your husband, this is your wife. He can do that. So once you are 100%, that God has said, this is my wife, this is my husband. So you know that you can marry this person, so you can stay and pray, raising the altar, or maybe pulling down the altars that are causing confusion. So that one, it can happen. But if you have not heard from the Holy Spirit, and the guy is in confusing.com, the woman is in confusing.com. Guys, I'm not saying a relationship that lasts for a very long time, sometimes it can start with confusion. It can start with confusion. I'm not saying a relationship that is brought by dad, but it will never ever involve someone using you for sex. We have to be very, very clear on that one. It will never, ever, ever involve someone coming to have sex with you. And then after they had sex with you, and they're telling you that I am confused. I don't know what I want. It's not you, it's me. I've got to think this through. No, it does not involve that. Men do that. Women do that. They get horny and then they want to have sex with someone. Once they release their stuff, they're confused now. So I'm not talking about those kind of relationship. I'm talking about a relationship that does not involve sex, where God puts that relationship in place. And then Satan maybe can come and cause confusion. So if that relationship is God who has put in place, you got to let God be God. God will communicate how he wants this relationship. You cannot destroy or take away what God has put in place. So it's up to him to put that in place. He might have challenges in the beginning, but as long you know that I heard the voice of God saying, this is my wife, whatever is presented to me at this moment, I am going to pray and God will make a way where there seems to be no way, because God came. Or sometimes you might need to pull down the altars that are speaking against your marriage. You might need to pull down the altars that are speaking against your success. So you might need to do that if you're a Christian. Christian knows what I'm talking about. But that does not involve kissing or having sex. So if you're a Christian out there and you have this guy that is confused, he comes and have sex with you, and then he goes, he tells you that I don't know, I want to marry you, but I'm confused. You have to kick him out. You have to kick her out and find a woman that is not going to waste your time. Find a man that is not going to waste your time. Because where God involves, it does not involve sex before marriage. Nowadays, men, they lie, women lie. They say, oh, I know what I want. I wanna get married. I wanna do this. I wanna do this. And once you enter someone and you're not married, you're cooking for them, you are having children with them, they don't wanna know you. They don't wanna marry you. How can I marry someone that is already giving me everything that I need? How can I do that? How can I marry someone that is already giving me what I have companionship, I have this. Why would I want to marry someone? So you have to be that person that truly, truly value themselves. That I am not going to sleep with you as a Christian until we get married. Christian guys knows what I'm talking about. Christian women know what I'm talking about. Some people may say Nomsa is crazy. Nomsa ain't crazy, guys. It's the mistake. I made those mistakes myself. So it's really, really, really important to be able to actually recognize a time waster. Guys, everybody is beautiful. We are all beautiful in our own way. God is the beauty. Nobody is ugly. Nobody. You cannot say an age does not define. You cannot use your age to stay with someone you don't want to be because of your age. 100 years old, 99-year-old. I went to meet this guy. I think he was 90 years old for matchmaking. He wanted to meet someone. But then the problem is he was still, I could not help him because he was still chatting to this woman. So I said to him, you need to finish chatting to this woman that you are not sure where the relationship is going, and really finish that relationship, because once you pay money into my agents, I will make sure that you don't talk to that woman, because I don't want confusion to my clients. So, and then he agreed. I said to him, you need to finish, you need to actually build a relationship with this woman. If nothing comes out of it, give me a call back, then I'll come back. We can we can do the process of matchmaking. He's 90 years old, and he believed that he could find the woman of his dreams. And that's true, you can. So we cannot label our age and say, just because I'm 40, I'm 48 myself. So I cannot label myself and say, because I'm 48 years old, I cannot find someone. What's stopping me finding someone? What makes me different from other women that I'm not dateable? What makes me different? That for me to think that I'm not dateable, I'm not going to find the love of my life. There's everybody for everybody. So, and then number two, stop judging the relationship only by words. People talk. They say this is what they want. They want. Jesus teaches that people are recognized by their fruits. Promises are easy. Promises reveal character, and also patterns reveals character. Someone may continually say, I love you, I will change, I'm still serious about us, I will do better. But what does consistently behavior demonstrate to you? Healthy love eventually produces healthy love. What's my computer doing? My Zoom. I'm not sure what my Zoom is doing, guys. Not sure what it's doing. I'm not sure what's happening, but I hope it looks good on the other side. So healthy love eventually produces recognizable fruits: honest, responsibility, kindness, reliability, respect, faithfulness, and growth. Do not build your future entirely upon someone's words while ignoring their repeated behavior. Number three, look for consistency. James warns about instability and double-minded. Consistency creates a relationship theft. When someone continues appear, disappears, making promises, commitment, withdraws commitment, offers affection, removes affect, keeps, remove, they are causing confusion into your life. One difficult season does not define someone. So when someone in 1 minute they are into you, the next thing they are not into you, the next thing their phone is off. You try to call them, and they always have an excuse. Like they always have an excuse. Like there are some Christian guys, no offense to you guys, there are some Christian guys who hide behind the Bible. When they need sex, they are into you. They disappear. They don't want commitment. They just want to have sex with someone. They will tell you the words, but because that person is insecure. When a woman is insecure, a man can do whatever they want. So I'm talking to my girls out there. Do not, if you feel that you are insecure, work on your confidence, because men will take advantage of you. They will enter your life. They will tell you what you want to hear, because you want to be loved. You want to be told you're beautiful. You want to be told this and this, they will enter your life and take advantage of you. So never, ever, ever allow that behavior. Know that you were born to be different. You are magnificent. Whatever wounds that you have, deal with them before you can enter a relationship. Because when you don't deal with your wounds, a man can take advantage, but repentance involves more than an apology. When a man over and over lets you down and they come back and they apologize, they are like, I'm not sure what is maybe I fear. Some people may genuinely fear to enter a relationship because of their past experience, where they can feel that maybe the relationship is moving fast. If the behavior continues to happen after repeated conversation, repeated forgiveness, repeated promises, and repeated opportunity, you are no longer evaluating an isolated mistake. You are observing pattern. Pay attention to pattern. That is really, really important. Pay attention. Pay attention. Notice how you feel after. So pay attention. Ask whether the relationship is reciprocally or whatever this. The scriptures teaches us about the interests and needs of others. Healthy relationship contains mutual concern. If one person continually initiating, sacrificing, apologizing, planning, communication, supporting, encouraging, forgiving, and repairing, while others simply receive resentment and exhausting eventual development. Love it has to give something that is healthy. Healthy love shouldn't require you to carry somebody else. It doesn't. I'm not talking about problems, guys. There are places where when you have a problem, like now I met one of the girls that I used to work with, and she was with her husband, and her husband is got terminal cancer. So I'm not talking about those kind of things. So I'm talking about a relationship where now you have to carry somebody. They apologize, or I don't know what got into me. They want to make love to you. They want to kiss you. They want to companion. Once they have that companion that night, they go, their phone is off. That's mind games. It's not a relationship, guys. It's mind games. When a man comes in, disappears. He comes and have sex with you, disappears. Comes and have sex with you, it disappears. Then he tells you he's a child of God. Which God is he saving? That says go and have sex with Nomsa, and when you finish, put Nomsa into confused.com. And then when you're feeling horny again, go back to Nomsa, apologize, make love to her, and then disappear again. Which God is he serving? To me, that sounds like Lucifer. But girls, they can put up with that. There are some girls out there who can put up with this kind of nonsense. They know exactly they're Christian. They know exactly what they want. And I'm talking about even the girls who are not Christian. Never, ever, ever, ever let many take advantage of you. Whether you are not a Christian, never, ever let a man take advantage of you. A man comes to your life, he causes confusion. You know exactly what you want in a relationship, but he comes to you He makes love to you. He disappears. And now you're confused. Is he into me? Is there anything that I have done? He puts his phone on. He apologizes. I'm sorry. I got busy or this, that. He comes back and you let him back to your life. He tells you some stories. You make love to him. He tells you some stories. He goes back. His phone is switched off. Some people do that. They are like, they can tolerate that nonsense. There are lots of women who can tolerate that nonsense. They are like, they even make an excuse for this kind of behavior, that he's behaving like this because. Seriously? Come on, guys. When you are in that situation, it's not easy to actually recognize that the guy is playing. It's not easy. And when you don't have confidence, it's not easy. Because you believe that if I don't put up with this, I'm never going to find another guy. But what if you were to give God a chance to show you how much he loves you and give you a guy that is worth your time? What if you were to do that? Not letting anybody enter your life, take advantage of you. Because we do, we don't recognize, number 8, recognize manipulations. God delights in truthfulness. Manipulation occurs when someone uses guilty, fears, silence, affection, truth, deception, or emotional pressure to control another person's choices. Healthy love does not need deception to survive. I ask, I'm freely choosing this relationship, or am I constantly being emotionally persuaded into remaining? The truth gives a relationship a room to breathe. Manipulation creates captivity. Don't feel like you have to be in prison. You don't need to be in prison. You do not need to be in prison. When it comes to relationship, recognize when you are being kept in limbo. Scripture tells us what God is not. A God of disorder, but of peace. Is not a God of disorder. God is not a God of disorder. Is a God of peace, guys. Some people want emotionally access to you without relationship responsibilities. They do not want to lose you, but they also do not want to choose you clearly. So they keep relationship undefined, indefinitely. Clarity is kindness. You deserve to know where you stand. When you are in a relationship, you need clarity. When you say this is my lover, there's got to be clarity. As a man, as a woman, you need to have a clarity. There are some men who will date women who are in a confused.com and they put up with it. So recognize when you are being kept in a limbo. In 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33, scripture tells us God is not a God of disorder. So stop confusing potential with the reality. Hope, continuous postpone can make the heart stick. So when you guys like stop confusing yourself, you come to an understanding that love does not require you to deny reality. You cannot build a healthy relationship solely with someone's potential. Ask whether your values align. That is number 11. Amos 3, verse 3. Amos is my granddad. So ask how you can work together unless they are in agreement. Chemistry can begin a relationship. Shared values can sustain a relationship. Faith, uh, consider your beliefs regarding faith. Consider your beliefs regarding marriage. Consider your beliefs regarding children. Consider your beliefs regarding money. Consider your beliefs regarding family. Consider your beliefs regarding communication, fidelity. Consider your beliefs regarding purpose, communications, children, responsibilities. You do not need identical personalities, but major contradictions in fundamental values can create a lifelong conflict. So, number 12, watch how they handle accountability. That is really, really important. Proverbs 15, verse 31 to 32. Wisdom welcomes correction. A mature person may not enjoy being corrected, but they can eventually listen, reflect, apologize, and grow. An unhealthy pattern appears when someone always blames the others. Every former partner was wrong. Every conflict is your fault. Every consequence becomes somebody else's responsibility. A relationship cannot heal where accountability is continually rejected. Guys, you have, as a human being, you have to take responsibilities of your life. I have been blamed myself when it comes to a relationship where people blame me to say, Nomsa, she's this, and Nomsa, she's this. But the truth is it Nomsa that contributes to a relationship? When a relationship breaks, is it Nomsa? Or is it two people that I have not been able to build that relationship together? For me, I take responsibilities. Why I take responsibilities when a relationship ends, I never blame the other person. I look at my situation. I look at my life. When I had problems, I looked at my life. I looked at my mother's relationship. How did my mother's relationship, my mother went through a divorce. How did my father's relationship go? My father went through a divorce. My grandfather, my dad is dead, went through a divorce. My grandmother, my mom's mom, went through divorce. But her mother before that, my grandmother's mother, did not go through divorce. It lost her husband through death. My dad's grandparents, they did not divorce. That generation before my granddad did not go through divorce. The divorce started on my grandfather's side, on my grandfather's generation. So now that I have the knowledge and I have the information, now I have to look at the pattern. What makes you think that I can survive? My marriage can survive if I don't deal with the foundation in my bloodline. My marriage will not survive if I'm not able to deal with the foundation that are speaking against my marriage. The minute I meet someone, the minute the foundation in my bloodline, they speak divorce, that remember, this person, they don't get married in their bloodline, they divorce. So they can issue my foundation. When my foundation is crying against me, it can issue a divorce. But once it is dealt with, once the foundation is silenced, the pattern is removed, is cut off, the cords are cut off from my DNA, then I'm able to get married. I'm able to live a life. My children are able. It's all about the knowing how to do things right without blaming anyone. So when someone is wasting your time, If you let them waste your time, they come and have sex with you until you get pregnant, you have children, you don't get married, until you both die, you're still lovers in a confused.com. What happens? Your children will experience the same thing. So you have to break that pattern of time wasters, knowing that my time is precious. I will not let anybody waste my time without getting married. And bear in mind, guys, if in the family there is a family where they have children first and then you get married, the foundation will speak the same. Once you get married, before having children, the foundation can speak against you and say, in your family, you don't get married. In your blood, you don't get married in your bloodline before having children. So they will speak divorce. So you have to silence the powers in your foundation, the strong men in your bloodline. Destroy the strong men in your bloodline. Every bloodline has a strong man. Strong man is the one that guides the gate. I have a strong man in my bloodline. So in order for me, if I want to succeed and live a good life, I have to demolish, kill the strong man in my bloodline. Because that strong man controls, he can become a spiritual husband. He controls what people do, what people don't do in the bloodline. So all of these things, they play a big part. So if you waste your time, that means you create a problem. When you waste time, when you let people enter your life and take advantage of you. Don't let anyone enter your life and take advantage of your life. Yes, people believe that they are not good enough. But are they really not good enough? What is good enough in you? What is good enough? I can marry a prince if I wanted to. If I find one, if I ask God and say, God, it would be nice. I come from a royal family. It would be nice if I can reinstate my royal family's bloodline. God can do it. What is stopping me marrying a king? What is stopping me? What does that person that marry a king, what do they have that I don't have? What is stopping me? So what I'm trying to show you guys is it's not what we believe about ourselves. It's what God decided to do in our lives. God can decide to change your life. He can decide to surprise people. He can decide to use your story to change you. But you got to want that change. You got to believe that you are good enough. You got to believe that God give me undeserving miracle. Remove this man that is entering my life to waste my time. He is a God of miracle. Believe in your entitlement of what God written in your book of life. Your book of life, there is nothing written negative about anybody. I've met people saying, I don't believe I'm cut up for this. I don't believe I'm thinking. Do you know what is written in your book of life? Me, I don't write my life off on anything, guys. I believe. that God can change my story. God used my story to take the sacrifice away from me. He showed up when Lucifer wanted to sacrifice me and said, Lucifer, let her go. You cannot touch you cannot touch her soul. You can do anything, whatever, meaning that if he wants to punish me for the sins of my parents, for the sins of my ancestors, God allows him to do that. The reason why God allows him to do that, God knows that he died for me. So he knows I will speak and Satan will not succeed. So that's why God said, you let her soul go. Let her go. Why? Because Lucifer, Satan did not give me my life. You cannot take what you did not create. God created me. My family members did not create me. Pastors did not create me. Sangomas did not create me. So therefore, guys, when you allow the situation, the circumstances to define, to control, that means you allow them. They can control your life. But when you stand in truth and say, no, I'm not going to let you treat me that way. I'm beautiful. You got to believe. I'm not just saying it to say, no, I'm saying she's good at motivation. I don't come here to motivate you guys. My job is to come and tell and explain to you what you could tap into as a human being in order for you to survive this life that can be so cruel, that can be too hard, that can be joyful, that can have peace. That's what I put it out there. It's up to you whether you actually believe in yourself. Now, actually, I deserve a man who value me. A man who value, you know what, guys, when it comes to relationship, beauty does not work. When it comes to relationship, age does not work. You may say I'm young. You may say I'm too old. You may say I'm this. Nothing works rather than what God can give you. You can go spend thousands and thousands on fake hair, on your looks, on going to the gym and doing this, doing this. But when you don't take responsibilities and put boundaries, God is a God of miracle. He is a God that does not negotiate his principles of life, his 10 commandments. There is no way where he says, oh, you can follow my 5 commandments and the other 5 you do whatever you want. So why would you let a man enter your life and take advantage of you and telling you that you are too old and telling you that you are not beautiful and telling yourself that you are not good enough? Who gives you that authority to tell you yourself that other people are good enough, other people are beautiful and you are not? That's Satan's work. That's Satan who does that, who puts people down, making them feel that they are not beautiful. But why would you say you're not beautiful? So for me, I don't come here, guys, to motivate you. I come here to show you what you could be. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It takes courage. It takes courage to fight for the truth. It takes courage to stand and say, no, I'm not designed to live a life that does not make sense. I'm not designed to do that. I am designed by the Most High God, the God that testifies, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the Adonai El Shaddai has designed me to tap into this earth and enjoy a good husband, enjoy a good woman, enjoy. That's what God has put you on earth, to tap into his creation. Tap into my creation. He created Nomsa, Nkosi Nomsa Ncube, Witness's daughter, Clara's daughter. He said to me, Nomsa, here's your life. Here's your book of life. Tap into my creation and teach others. Add value to my children. He adds value to me. He wants me to add value to his children. He doesn't want me to go to confused.com and say I'm not good enough. You know, these men, they are all the same. These women, they are not the same. They are not coming from a same mother, from a same father. Yes, there are these ones that are bad. Yes, there are these women that are bad, but they are good ones too. The ones that we say are bad, it means they still need to go and heal their wounds. But there are ones that where God wants you to tap into his creation and become what he created you to become. Without Satan, Satan can actually destroy your life. This is where, when you time wasters, you can ask the earth to swallow time wasters. Swallow procrastination. Swallow time wasters. Time, we can't get it back. Guys, we cannot get back time. But it is very, very important to know what we want in life. When I say to you guys, I survived death, basically. When I survived death, I made a realization that Satan actually can control a human being. He can control the situation. It can make you feel that you are not good enough. He can bind you. When I left human blood sacrifice, they bind me under the earth. My earth body and the ground. When someone binds you with your earth body and the ground, it means whatever you try will not work. It means you are buried, but you are alive, buried. Your destiny is buried. And I had to pray to God. I had to fast for 40 days, not eating, but just drinking water. To asking God to reveal a secret about my life. Why is my life in the same cycle? And God revealed to me. I came to a realization that actually I am bound underneath the earth. And guess what I had to do? I had to learn to undo despair by asking the earth. I'm in the earth. God created me to tap into earth. When my life is not working, When I'm meeting men that are wasting my time, they want to have sex with me. The next thing they have sex with me, they are confused. It means there is something that is on earth that is making these men behave, that they behave, their behavior, that when they feel like when they are with nonsense, they don't want to continue with nonsense relationship. So I had to do some work that I don't want to date someone who treats me like nobody. I don't want to be in a relationship and be on medication because that relationship is causing depression in my life. And I had to speak to the earth. When you speak to the earth responds. God respond, guys. Learn how to tap into God's creation. I'm learning these things, how to tap into God, because when you don't tap into to God, you hear the celebrities, they tell you, I sold my soul. They sold their soul. It means they are witches. They are now witches. And those, when they are witches, it means they speak to the earth to destroy you, to go and buy their ticket. When you don't have the money, they can speak to the earth for you to go for their tickets to be sold out. They can speak to the earth to destroy marriages in the United Kingdom. So if you yourself, you don't know, you are somebody that tells yourself that I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And you expect God to give you miracle. And while you are saying you are not good enough, you expect God to give you a miracle. You expect the earth to fight on your behalf. Fight for your rights. There are laws in the spirit. Those who didn't know, there are laws in the spirit. When you go to family court here in the United Kingdom, there are laws. When you go to magistrate court, there are laws have been put in place. When someone breaks the law, there are laws. And guess what? In the spirit is the same. There are laws. So when there are some people who believe that people can solve their problems. What about the laws? If you don't understand the laws in the realm of the spirit, you got to understand your rights with God. What are the laws that God has put in place for you, for Satan not to use them? Because Satan exists, he can tell you that you are not entitled for marriage. He can speak against your marriage. He can speak against your mind. How many people, if you tell me, how many people who are on medication, depression medication, anxiety medication, who is gaining in that anxiety medication? Did you know that in the realm of the spirit there is a pharmacy? Why I'm saying it, do you know in the realm of the spirit there is a pharmacy? It's because these pharmacists, the owners of pharmacists, if they have joined Lucifer, it means Lucifer puts more people into the medication where they don't need. It creates insanity. You go to the doctors, this thing that is on air, it will control the doctor to give you the medication. It makes your anxiety. The more your anxiety gets worse, the more you buy, the more you, even though the medication is free in the United Kingdom, but somebody pays for the prescription. Who pays for the prescription? You pay for the prescription. The government pays your money for when you pay for taxi, you pay for prescription. And that, it makes them rich if you didn't know. So what else don't you know about your marriage? What don't you know about your marriage? What do they do with marriages that you don't know? Everything has a law of restitution in the realm of the spirit. So you have to know about those laws, because if you don't, Satan knows every law. You know, the most ignorant people in this world are Christian and non-believers who don't believe in nothing. But the best people that know the laws of Jesus, the laws under the third heaven, is Satan. The witches, they know every law. And that's why when you break whatever you do, when they want to destroy you, they use every law that you don't know. Even myself, there are some laws that I'm still learning about them. There are some laws that I have learned, but I was telling myself that I'm a Christian. A Christian who does not know about the law of Sabina, the law of restitution, the law of restoration, is everything. It comes down to the knowledge. Seek to understand. Do you know why I survived? Do you know why social services do not take my children? Is because I understand the law. As long I'm on the right side with God, as long I'm innocent, I'm on the right side with God. I can ask God to fight, the blood of Jesus to fight on my behalf. I can ask the earth to fight and swallow every junk that is not wanted in my life. I can ask God to swallow divorce. But those are the laws that the earth to swallow divorce and vomit my marriage. Those are the laws that I did not know before. These are the laws that I did not know. My mouse is not moving, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. It's the laws that I could not understand before. So it's important to distinguish forgiveness from access. Understand the laws. Christians are called to forgive. We are called to forgive, but we are not called to let people enter our lives and take advantage, to be unrestricted, to give unrestricted access. It's not the same thing. Forgive, you can release bitterness towards someone. You can, like, still, while still acknowledging that trust was damaged, forgiveness can happen in your heart. Trust must often rebuild through consistent behavior. You can forgive and still establish boundaries and tell yourself, guard your heart wisely. That is number 14. Do not let anybody enter your life and take advantage of you. Guard your heart does not mean becoming cold. It means becoming discerning. Do not give everyone equal access to your deepest emotions. No one is allowed a first-class seat in your intimacy relationship until they have chosen you. You have chosen them. Do not give anybody first-class seat. No, but not everyone deserves your first-class seat. Your first-class seat, guard in your right on here. Your many here. The first-class seat, God has left this seat for somebody special to sit there. Not just nobody. A man comes and tell you some sob story, and you believe. I used to believe those sob stories, guys. A man will come and tell me gibberish. They disappear. And I'll be on my phone checking my phone. that causes confusion. It causes confusion. It causes anxiety. That's why I said to you, there's two pharmacies: a physical one and spiritual pharmacy. Spiritual pharmacy is not created for good. It's created to find men who are useless. Satan find men who are useless. Combine them to your life. He will make sure this man has all the qualities that you are looking for. Who can resist a guy who goes 7 days to the gym 7 days a week? Who can resist a guy who goes to the gym 7 days a week? He's 6'6", he's 6'4", he's 6'2", he's good looking. Who can resist that? A guy drives a Lamborghini. He has a good job. He speaks beautifully. When he communicates, it's like he can read your mind, because Satan wants you to say, "Oh, he's so amazing. He makes me feel like no one has ever made me feel like the way he makes me feel. He can finish my sentence. He can do the blah, blah, blah. He can do the blah, blah, blah." The man is full of nonsense. He wastes your time. His car is attractive. His looks is attractive. Is a blah, 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 finishing your sentence is attractive. When you walk with them, the girls go, "Wow, I wish I had that kind of guy." But he's useless. Not useless. God forgive me. No one should be called useless. He's a time waster. He's not useless. He's a time waster. Sorry, God, I swallow my words. Time waster is wasting your time. He tells you what you want to hear. He only comes to you when he's feeling horny, and then it disappears, leaving you with confusion, leaving you to go to the doctors, prescribe the medication, doctor prescribe the medication. When in the area when 100 people medication are subscribed, how much do you think the people in the pharmacy where this medication comes from, how much do you think they make? How much do you think they make? Because when you are paying for prescription, it's not that money that you pay. I'm sure there's a part where the government also has to pay. And somebody is winning. And when somebody is winning, they put you on medication, a guy enters your life, he finds you no prescription, he leaves you with a prescription, he leaves you with the depression, he leaves you with confusion, he leaves you with the insecurities. How can you do that? Kick him out. It's easy. I used to think it is hard because I wasn't confident enough. And God, I did not believe what God can do. It's say, when you pray, guys, you say, "God, show me what this man is. Do something to provoke him. If he's here to waste my time, God, kick him out." God can do that because the angel of God does not do chat. The angel of God does what he has been instructed to do. If the angel of God sees that you are loyal and this person is wasting your time, but in your mind, you want a truthful man, you desire a guy that will enter your life, and you are not sleeping with that guy, God will provoke the situation for him to leave. Not to waste your time, because he's a God of jealousy. God is a very jealous God. He does not want his children to suffer. What we say, what we do, become that. If I stand in truth and say, I don't want a man who enters my life and waste my time. If I say to God now, God, I come from a royal family, reinstate my leadership, my bloodline is leadership through me. Reinstate your kingdom through me. The throne is for God, not for me. Reinstate your throne through me. God can put me to a royal family. It does not necessarily have to be in the United Kingdom one. He can put me to any royal family to prove that he is God of Adonai. That is if I give him instruction to do so. And that is if that's what he desires for me, in order for his name to be glorified, because his name does not being glorified by giving. God's name is being glorified by doing something that people can say, no, your miracle is not been done by you. This miracle is done by God. He does things that people will never question and say, I want to meet your God, Jesus. Tell me what you did to get there. That is God. He provoked the situation. God is a God that designed the family line. Is a God that restores the family line. Where to its original. But the chosen one have to suffer. That chosen person has to suffer. So I don't know what your story is. All I know is it ain't easy to live the life that, because we live in this world where people tell us that we are not good enough. When we go to church, religious people tell us that we are not good enough. If we want to be good enough, we have to behave in a certain way. But God is not like that, guys. God has put his 10 commandments. And his 10 commandments, they seem like laws, but they are actually the principles of life. They are the ones that create a human being's character. They are the ones that help you to live with the integrity. But when you go to church, they can tell you that you are not beautifully enough. They can tell you that you don't pray enough. People in church can crucify you. And then you go to the society. The society tells you that you are not good enough unless you become this. You see, everyone has put their rules, but with God, guys, God says, come as you are, with your insecurities, with your burden, your problems, bring them to me. Let me carry them. Let me carry your insecurities. I give you strength. You give me, God wants to exchange. God does not want you to make up rules, to make this up, make this up. Is a very simple man who lives a very simple life, no complication. Dress like a woman. Dress like a man. Don't confuse God. Don't confuse the angel of God. The angel of God, I used to confuse them. When I'm shaking my body, honey, I'm dressed like a man. But the Holy Spirit, the Bible, it teaches us that a man should be like a man, a woman should behave like a man. I used to confuse my life. When I'm meeting people, I dress like somebody else, speak like somebody else, speak their language because I look at them and think this person is better than me. I meet the guy tells me I'm not good enough, I'm under the pillow. I'm crying. Norms, I used to do that. I'll be crying under the pillow, me, because someone has told me that I am not good enough. And I'll believe it. I believe it. When a man enters my life, they tell me how beautiful I am. The day they are fed up with me, they tell me, you are not good in this, you are not good in this, you are not beautiful, you are not the blah, 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 and me the blah, 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 believe the blah, blah, blah. I'm under the pillow. I am crying for days. I'm not eating for months. I'm not eating. I'm not talking to the guys because the guy told me that I wasn't good enough. Was his statement true? No. If I tell a guy that is not good enough, is my statement true? No. I am not his creator. I cannot define him. His insecurities, his confusion belongs to Jesus, not to me. I have no authority whatsoever. But I used to believe that nonsense. I used to believe, I used to believe the nonsense because I didn't believe that God loves me. I didn't believe that I wasn't good enough. I let men enter my life, take advantage, even when I see that the guy is not good enough because I just want to date. I will let the guy enter my life and take advantage of me. But now, no, Nomsa does not do that rubbish. I don't care how you think of me as a woman, but all I know is my creator says I'm good enough. I'm not doing motivation either. It comes from my blood. It comes from my heart. My creator who created me, he knows that I'm good enough for him. I don't care how you think of me. And Satan knows he cannot mess my head by telling me, wanting me to believe that I am not good enough. Understand the laws, why Jesus died, why his blood, when the day his blood was spilled on the ground, what did that blood speak? He spoke life. It spoke healing. It took my insecurities. It took my burden. It took my problems. It took my cancer. It took my disease. That blood, the day it was spilled on the ground. Meaning when the doctors tell me, Nomsa, you are sick, it means no. I got to go and pray. I got to plead the blood of Jesus to hear my cry, to have mercy. When a man tells me that I'm not good enough, it means I have to ask God, take away my pain. Because when somebody tells you, waste your time, and they tell you that you're not good enough, guys, it's very painful. I'm not going to lie that part. And when it's painful, you need someone to take that pain. When you want God to take your pain away, what do you want God to replace that pain with? Strength. Take my confusion. Give me clarity, replace it with clarity. Whatever the laws in the realm of the spirit, whatever you want God to take from you, if it's poverty, what do you want to replace that poverty with? You want God to replace it with wealth. Don't give up. It might not appear straight away. It might take years, but he will appear. Don't give up on the right guy entering your life. That guy might take years, but meaning that the earth knows you want a husband, a good wife. God knows you want a good wife and good husband. But when you change your mind, you confuse God, you confuse the earth. God says, I'm confused now. Nomsa, you said you wanted a husband. Now you are letting some juju guy enter your life and take advantage of you. They are having sex. When the guy is having sex with you, God gets confused. He's like, but I'm carrying the Mr. Right here. What do I do with this Mr. Right? So meaning if you want Mr. Right, you got to stay firm. You got to make sure that God understands you clearly what you want. You want a good woman, you got to be very clear. No confusion. I don't want a woman who messes with my head. I don't want a man who's going to enter my life and messes with my head. They are confused. I don't want that kind of a woman, God. I want a woman who has clarity, who knows exactly what she wants, and who is not afraid to get it. I want a man who knows exactly what he wants. And he knows how to, who is not afraid to go and get what he wants and speak it and claim it. Because when a man claims my life, it means he says, no, sir, I want to marry you. I want to take responsibilities. I want to stand in truth in front of your mother, in front of your father, in front of your friends and your family. I want to stand in truth in front of God and testify and say, God, this is the woman that I have chosen. This is the man, I am the man who has chosen this woman and she has chosen me. May you bind me. May your hand be upon me and this woman. May you join us together as one. And God, I promise to look after, not I promise confusion. I promise to look after your child as long as I shall live. Not 1 minute, the phone is off. Second, the phone is on. I'm confused. No. Know what you want. I'm not talking about egos. There are women who are full of themselves. They use their degrees. To God, there's no degree, no PhD, guys. You don't need no PhD, no degree. God already has his own PhD. So he doesn't promote you because you have a PhD, because you have a degree. No. He gives you what he is written about you the day you were born. If God wrote to you that you are going to get married to this person, it could be the president of whatever, Donald Trump. Let's say there is no president in the United States. Let's ignore Donald Trump. Let's say if it's written that Nomsa is going to get married to the president of the United States this year, or this so and so year, maybe I was born 1978, maybe he puts in 19 this, 19 whatever, 1920 or 30, whatever he puts. He can put that. It is up to me, guys, And for me to get there, remember there is Satan. For me to get there where God is written me getting married to the president of this country is going to be tough for me to get there, because Satan is not sitting either. Satan's job is to manipulate the whole situation so I don't get to my destination, to my path where I'm supposed to be. So he will try to bring different guys. He will try to cause confusion. But if I pray and leave everything to God and say, God, match make me. You see what I do? God does that in a very, very simple way. The matchmaking, God does it, and it's free. NOMSA charges 10 grand, 20 grand, even up to 1 million. If you don't know how to speak to Jesus, NOMSA charges you. But God is free. If you know the laws, your entitlement on God's creation, if you know what it means you speak what you want. In your blood, you feel it, you speak it. In your DNA, you speak it, you feel it until you get it. You don't give up. You don't allow people to enter your life and take advantage of you because you think you believe you are not good enough. I've gone through challenges. I battled Satan. I battled the ancestors who are evil. When I'm talking about the evil, I'm talking about evil. I'm talking about someone that you can go to the bank and they can make your account disappear within a second using black magic. I battled those kind of ancestors. And why am I still standing? Because I know the laws in the realm of the spirit. I know my entitlement to tap into the earth and ask earth to swallow every evil spirit that is coming against me. I battle Satan. I battles too many people. You can see sometimes when I was fasting, Satan has sent someone to cause pain in my mother's life. Those are the kind of things that I have battles. But I have to learn to speak. I have to learn to stand in truth, knowing who I am. I battles betrayal. I have battled betrayal, rejection, stagnation, motoring spirit. You see my skin, motoring spirit that makes your skin look like your hair. Go to my Facebook. What I'm telling you guys is not made up. I stand today as a woman who speak what she has gone through, who teaches you not to take any nonsense while you are standing on earth. You don't take any nonsense. When insecurities rises, you rise above them. You call upon Jesus. You say, God, angel, God will summon angel to protect you. You stand in truth in what you believe. You don't believe the next thing your friends shows up, the next thing you behave, you believe in Lucifer, your boobies are out, you shaking your boobies, and then because you want to fit in with everybody else, you don't confuse God. You stand in truth, your friends, they got to like you for who you are. The man that enters your life, they have to love you for who you are, not for what you could be or image that they have in their head. You fight. When you go open the fridge, there is no food. You fast, crying to God and saying, God, have mercy. Whatever, you don't say, why is this happening to me? Who do you suggest? When a man rejects you, you don't say, why is this happening to me? Show me what's in my life that is making this man enter my life and waste my time, or that is making me choose be in a same cycle. What is in my life? God will show it to you what's in your life. Or you can go outside, pick the debt, or hear the word of the Lord. Swallow time wasters. First, you have to go to the court of heaven, request access. Once you go to the court of heaven, you ask access is allowed, then or earth, hear the word of the Lord. Swallow my sacrifice. Swallow poverty. Swallow divorce. Swallow disappointment. Swallow stagnation. Vomit my marriage. Vomit. Without finances, you can get married. Vomit my finances. Vomit my wife. Vomit my husband. Vomit my business. Vomit my divine ideas. Divine ideas is an idea that only comes from God. That will make you a millionaire or billionaire. Vomit my success. Vomit my leadership. That's what you do. You don't just get to say, I'm not good enough. I can't do this, I can't do that. No, you can. It just requires you to have strength, to know your right, because we all have a right in God. If you truly want to know that you have a right, sit down, think about Jesus' story. Why was he killed? Why did he go in pain? His body went to the ground. His blood was spilled on the ground. Why was his blood spilled? Why was he betrayed? Why was Jesus betrayed? Why did Judas Iscariot betray Jesus? If Judas did not betray Jesus, someone else would have betrayed him. That's why Jesus knew that, okay, this is my story. In Judas, Satan has entered Judas. He loved Judas until his death, to the end of his life, because he was part of his children. So he knew that his story has to, how it has to end in order the earth to be written for the laws, for us to receive healing, for us to be able to have these business ideas, guys, to the intelligence. My intelligence does not come from me, guys. It comes, yesterday, I'm going to tell you a story. Yesterday, I was in the kitchen. I've been speaking to the earth with my family. We've been praying and speaking to the earth. Yesterday, I'm in the kitchen. I'm doing exercise. Then I'm coming to a realization. When I'm doing exercises, when I'm dancing, I'm doing the same thing. Then I realize someone has covered my talent. So I had to call them out. The reason why I share this with you, some people don't know that can happen. So I had to call this entity out. So imagine you didn't know that these things do happen. You want a business idea, you have basics business ideas. Because someone is tapping into your ideas and they are using them. They are tapping into your marriage because you have written yourself off that you are not good enough. They are tapping into themselves to your marriage. They are enjoying your marriage because you've written yourself that I'm not good enough. By the way, a destiny can be transferred. Satan knows that. He can transfer destiny. He can transfer your marriage to the people that have joined him, his followers. He can transfer your ideas into somebody else. That's why some people, whatever you do, you find that everything you do, somebody is doing it. It means your soul is being scattered to those people, and Satan is putting their ideas, your soul, to them so they can create. If you look at the musician and those who are saying they sold their soul, the music that they sing is similar, different lyrics, similar lyrics, similar style, but different video. Listen to the pop star music. It's all similar. But then there's one person that comes out. When they come out, they are singing completely different and their music become number one. There are some who become number one because they sold their soul. Does it mean without selling your soul, can't you make it? You can. Satan just manipulates. It's just knowing what you want, guys, having a clarity. As a woman, when you walk on this earth, you walk your own walk. You speak your own language. Your words, it has to be the words that comes from your blood, out of your blood. You see, when I'm creating my dance move, I can dance without music because my dance moves are in my blood. I can dance. I can create it. The reason why I can dance without music is because the notes, the music notes is in my blood. So I can create whatever style of dance I want to dance. I don't need the music. I can dance it because it's in my mind, my blood. It's not created by me. It comes from God. It's a true, authentic gift. It's not a step that is, I have to go and learn. It's a step that I am creating. So when a man shows up to my life, I need to have what? Rhythm, clarity. What does not someone? What makes me happy? God, what do you want from me? Do you want me to just enter a relationship, have sex with some dude, and listen to the gibberish they tell me, how much they love me, but then they disappear, they cause confusion? Is that love? Anything has to come from the heart, guys. When your heart is troubled, when your spirit is troubled, it means something is not right. It has to come from the heart. Clarity comes from the heart. When Nomsa enters your life, and all Nomsa does is to cause confusion. 1 minute Nomsa she's into you, the next Nomsa she's causing confusion. That's not right. It's not coming from the heart, guys. Anything that comes from the heart, it has a rhythm. It has a rhythm. Even when the music is not playing, I still need to play. I still need to know what I want. That comes from the heart. My dance comes from the heart. It's not a step that is create. It's not a step that I have to go to someone and say, teach me. They're teaching me their own step. But what about my step? God teaches me my own step. So when I go to a dance teacher and I say, teach me to dance, they are teaching me their own step, which I cannot claim. But when the music plays in my heart, when the clarity is in my heart, it means when the song plays, I don't need you to teach me. Because God is already in my heart. My rhythm of music is real, authentic. I can create any dance move that I need that moment. I don't have to wait for somebody to teach me. So when you enter my life, or guys, when a man enters your life, have a rhythm of common sense. Common sense, it means that I love myself enough to know what I want. You playing with me, back off. You're not good enough. Don't be afraid to tell a man to get out of here and back off. Don't be afraid to do that. Just say, get out of here. Back off. Go play somebody else. Don't play with my mind, young man. Don't play with me. Don't get angry either. Speak to him with firm. Just get out of here. Don't tell me confusing my life. You enter my life is clarity, and you wanna plant confusion. You wanna stagnate me. You wanna cause depression. Get out of here. Is the truth. I used to think I have to tolerate nonsense, but I don't. I don't, guys. I'm a woman of honor. I respect and honor people. But at the same time, I don't take any nonsense. Because I know the God that I serve is not the God of nonsense. Is not a God who is a liar. Guys, so if you are watching, so what I am going to leave you with, I'm going to leave you with some points that I was not able to get into them. Stop trying to rescue people who refuse responsibilities. I think I've touched on that. Ask God discernment for discernment. That you can find in James 1, verse 5. Listen to wise counsel. When you have good pastors, good people who can listen to you and talk to you and give you good advice, identify what you are afraid to lose when insecurities appears. Stop allowing history to become a prison into your life. God speak about doing a new thing. You may think, but you may think you have 10 years, but you don't. Time is precious. Recognize when someone is repeating disrespectful, being disrespectful and mocking you, belittling you. When a man or a woman tells you, humiliating you, and insulting you by not showing up, belittling you, public embarrassment, cruel language. And when someone abuses you, contempt, threats, intimidate you, and you make an excuse that they are behaving the way they are behaving because of that, tell them to go. Pay attention to whether boundaries are respected. Are your boundaries being respected? Stop chasing someone who continuously withdraw from you. They disappear, they give you attention. You cannot heal from someone who plays mind games. Have the necessary conversation with that person. Set clear boundaries. Observe what happens after the conversation. Do they seek help? Do they look for fruits? Do they become accountable? Just observe, accept what you cannot control. Guys, you cannot control another human being. You can pray. You cannot force transformation. You cannot force courage or prayer. You cannot force communication. You cannot force someone to connect with God. Release bitterness. When someone plays games with you, we intend to hold them in our heart. Forgive without romanticizing the past. Remove unnecessary access. If you have given that person a first-class seat, take that seat in your life, to your life. Rebuild your identity. Connect with God. Reconnect with your gift, reconnect with your calling, with your health, your friends, with yourself. Redeem lessons without regretting your entire story. Every journey we go in life, there's a lesson. There's a reason why we go through what we go through. So when you come across a time waster, don't blame yourself. There's a reason. Stop looking back for validation. You do not need a former partner to eventually admit you were right. You don't need that, guys. Some people need to prove a point. They will stalk their ex on social media. When a man tells you, guys, you are not good enough. When a woman tells you that you are not good enough, you get up, you get dressed, you put on your high heels, your handbag, you ask God to hold your hand. You go out, sit down into a restaurant, ask the waitress to serve you a beautiful meal. Eat. When you finish, maybe when you finish, you have a rest. Go and do the things that you love to do. Because, guys, the moment you ask God, people say, how did I do 40 days fast? I didn't do it because I could do it. I did it because God was holding my hand. On my own, I don't think I would have done it because I spoke to him first before I started my 40 days water fast. I said, God, I'm going without food for 40 days. May you look after my health. May you hold my hand when things get tough. Did things get tough? No. He was there all the way. I enjoyed my fasting. People were just yip. But me, I was enjoying it. So that's what you do. When the minute somebody tells you that you're not good enough, go to God. I don't have strength because I don't want to lie to you and say you just celebrate it. Go to God and say, God, I do not have strength. May I swap what I'm going through to your strength. He holds you. He will begin to teach you. He will begin to not motivate. God does not motivate. He's very, 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 how can I put it? Very, very loving, very, very teaching. He will teach you. He will begin to teach you your character, what you can tolerate, what you cannot tolerate into your life. So when problems enters your life, you, people are no longer speaking to you. They are now speaking to him. Every problem now, when I decided to hand over the problem to God, I'm fasting, I'm praying, every problem that appears, I'm no longer, people are no longer communicating with me. The social services, they are not talking to me. They are talking to their father, and their father tells them the right thing to do. But when you don't have God in your life, is when things become tougher because he's not in your life. And trust me, Satan will try to make you think that God does not exist by causing, the more God wants to part of you, the more Satan hits you with a hammer. Ooh, problems. Problems. What do you need to do? No, no, Satan. He died for me. No weapon that is forged against me will prevail. I will refute every tongue that rises against me, says the Lord. No weapon that is forged against me, meaning no words, no phone call of harming me will prevail in my life. You stand firm and mean it. I think that's the last one. No, the last one is become more, that's not the last one. Become more intentional about your future and your relationship. Be more intentional. And don't judge anyone, guys. I know they are time wasters, but not anyone that enters your life is there to waste your time. So don't judge. Trust God with your chapter ahead of you. There are relationships that are worth fighting for, guys. Not every relationship can be straightforward. I don't want you to stop fighting for your relationship and say, no, sir, said my relationship should be easy. No, relationship that comes from God ain't easy. It comes with pain. Why? Because Satan hates marriages. Satan will challenge everything that God gives to you. But once that relationship has a direction, you cannot live in pain. In order for you to succeed in life when it comes to marriage, it might come with disappointment, it might come with the time wasters, but you just have to recognize them and kick them out. Don't say that I can't find love because I'm not good enough or the age. In my church, we have couples who have had children at the age of 60. There was this woman, she said to herself, she's going to wait for God to give her children. She didn't go for IVF and she made a declaration. She said, God, don't make me have 3 children in 3 years in a gap. Give me them in one go. So the day God decided to give her the children, she went for a scan. They said there's a baby, another scan, two babies, another scan, three babies, and then another scan, four babies. I think she gave birth. How many children? Was it four or five or six? I can't remember. And she said, I'm just going to stop going for scans now because every time I go for a scan, another baby is added to my womb. She gave birth to her children. It was four or three, I can't remember, but it was more than three. And when she, that's not my church actually, it's a testimony. I've got it on my phone. And when she had these babies, now she's telling a story to give other people that there is hope. Where there is life, there is hope. Guys, I'm going to have to go now. If you're watching Gossip Talk shows at any part of social media, please do subscribe to our channel. On Facebook, we have two groups, Unique Billionaire Mindset and Gossip Talk shows. Please do subscribe to our channels, be part of the family. On the website, please go to all my social media. You find my website at hopespring.com and sign up if you are looking for love. If you are looking for coaching, sign up. May God bless you. Live with grace.